differently abled, differently.
With the new government settling in, new appointments are being made. With this in mind, persons with disabilities are calling for a representation in the decision-making table. Take a look.
A day after President William Ruto announced his cabinet, members of the disability community called for a press conference to decry what they term as their constitutional rights of nominations.
Press statement yetu ya leo inaangazia nyanja tatu muhimu ambazo watu ambao wana ulemavu Kenya wanahisi kwamba serikali imewatenga katika nafasi tofauti. Kwanza kabisa tungeweza kuwapongeza wale wajumbe ambao waliweza kuchaguliwa katika kaunti tofauti. Tunao wanne ambao wamechaguliwa katika bunge la kitaifa, na pia tunao karibu 5 ambao wana ulemavu na wamechaguliwa kuwakilisha mabunge ya kaunti katika kaunti tofauti. Shukran kwa wateuzi ambao walihakikisha kwamba muongozo muhimu ambao watu hawa ambao wana ulemavu walitoa katika wakati wa kampeni wamezishikilia, na pia kuwapa nafasi hizo waweze kuwakilisha watu wao.
Led by a consortium of disability rights activists and disability organizations, they pointed out unfairness in carrying out the nomination exercise.
We were promised a lot during campaigns. And first, it is so sad to ignore such a big community. Our population is more than 6.5 million. As per the IBC report, there are over 4.2 million persons with disabilities who registered to vote. So if these people are registered, which, ask ourselves, what's the number of those who did not attain the age of, registering, or those who are under 18? So we are a big number, and we'd like to urge, to just remind our good friend, the President, that the disability community has to be remembered. When the national cake is, issued, we need to be remembered.
This comes at the back of parliamentary lists and members of county assembly representations being gazetted by the IEBC with many shortcomings for the disability community.
The omission of nomination positions in the 22 counties is again a retrogression looking at 2017, where we had 17 counties without disability representation. The numbers continue rising high, and then persons with disability are expected to be quiet. We are addressing retrogression of the highest order and constitutional nominations in the 22 counties. The government ministerial positions also need to have at least an individual with disability, noting that the Constitution states clearly in Article 54 that at least 5% of persons with disability need to be appointed, nominated, and represented in all leadership positions.
The members present issued a raft of pleas to the President in order to ensure persons with disabilities feature on the new government appointments.
We expect the government to do the following. 1, to ensure actual implementation of Article 54(2) of the Kenyan Constitution that provides for a minimum of 5% representation of persons with disability in both appointing and elective positions. For example, we've lost in the cabinet secretary, but we want representation in the PSS. We want to have principal secretaries. We want to have CSS. We want to be represented in the CECs, ambassadorial positions, commissioners, parastatal boards, CEOs, and many other state jobs.
The members were quick to point out on the Disability Charter, which was signed and ratified by the ruling party United Democratic Alliance (UDA), as one of the key things seeking its implementation.
The disability leadership wish to congratulate the President, Dr. William Ruto, for winning the August elections. It is our hope that your government will lead in inclusion of persons with disability as cited in UDA's Disability Charter developed during the campaign period. We have noted with great concern the omission of persons with disability in the just named list of proposed cabinet secretaries. This is retrogression on the disability inclusion agenda, which you held dear during the campaign period.
The right of representation is a constitutional guarantee stipulating at least a third of representation for persons with disability.
Through the Gazette Notice number 186, we noted with heightened concern that there were lack of representation of persons with disabilities in the 22 county assemblies. This manifest continuation of previous pattern of international oversight where, after 2017 general election, a total of 17 county assemblies did not have a single representation of persons with disability. Open and fair democratic process should encompass within itself a component of fair representation and non-discrimination as expressed in Article 18C of the Kenyan Constitution. Representation of persons with disability in main decision-making spaces is essential in guaranteeing their inclusion and participation in social affairs. Article 177 in our Constitution envisions such representation. Comparing the IBC gazetted list of nominees and party nomination list, we have observed some inconsistencies and oversights that could have served to jeopardize nomination chances of persons with disabilities.
Congratulating members of the disability community nominated or elected on the Senate and Parliament, the activist cited that a case is before court to determine the fate of 22 counties which have failed to follow the Constitution and have mad malpractices in this selection.
Hivyo basi, kuna mambo mengine ambayo pia wenzangu waliweza kuyanena kwa kimombo, kama vile usafiri, wahakikishe kwamba mambo ambayo yanahusisha ujumuishi wa wasafiri ambao wana ulemavu Kenya yametiliwa maanani. Mara nyingi watu ambao wana ulemavu wanaachwa na magari ya abiria kwa sababu hayawezi wabeba. Barabara zetu hazina maeneo ambao watu ambao wana ulemavu wanaweza kuchukuliwa na pia kuwekwa na magari haya ya abiria. Mambo ya kiafya. Kuna umuhimu ya kuwekeza mahitaji ya watu ambao wana ulemavu ya kiafya, kama kwa mfano vifaa vya matumizi ambavyo watu ambao wana ulemavu hutumia. Hivi ni vifaa muhimu katika maisha yao, lakini bado tuavinunua kwa bei ambayo juu sana, ambapo watu ambao wana ulemavu hawawezi kidhi. Tunataka ya kwamba serikali ichunguze kwa umakini na pia hivi vifaa viweze kujumuishwa katika NHIF services. Mambo ya therapy services, mambo ya sunscreen lotions, mambo ya drugs ambazo watu ambao wana ulemavu wa akili wanatumia kuweza kupunguza yale makali ya ulemavu huo. Tunataka haya yote yaweze kuwekwa katika hii program ya NHIF. Nambari ambazo ni za watu ambao wana ulemavu, Kenya National Bureau of Statistics waliweza kusema wataweza kufanya survey kuhakikisha kwamba takwimu kamili imeweza kutolewa ya watu ambao wana ulemavu Kenya. Haya mambo yaliwekwa kando wakati siasa ilianza. Tunataka tuyarudie na haki za watu ambao wana ulemavu Kenya ziweze kutiliwa maanani.